Okay, we are back. The Real Press Start.
With your host,
G Weezy and the Big Chub Lion.
are you gonna be the big chub lion now?
The Big Chub Lion.
Yeah. No fucking Peter. Again, we're down one Peter, but we have more Peter Lane. For some,
I forgot about that. For some odd reason. There's double the Peter Lane.
so, not much has gone down this past week. Alright.
No, only
Some World Series shit. The baseball sucks.
Dodgers.
Yeah, it's boring. Baseball sucks.
Just means I have
Some football.
to work harder this next week.
Football's kind of boring. Yeah, you're gonna have more people at the bars watching the fucking games.
Getting
Not
hammered
even
drunk.
paying attention. Yet they are entertained by it somehow.
Exactly. Shit's funny. It's funny watching people react to watching baseball because it's not like they just kind of there's always just one guy who knows what they're watching. Everyone else just kind of follows what that guy says.
Yeah, they just kind of they just carry along.
Because whoa,
They don't contradict. They'll give their point of view with it. It won't be contradicted. I don't know.
see some of these stylish videos. Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird when people talk about sports and then they're like, we just got to do this, and we got a bad defense, and we like. What do you mean we? I don't know why you're saying we. You don't work for the organization. You're not.
Right.
You're not in any way involved with that team, other than just being a fan.
Yeah.
But like, I guess if you could say fans are part of the team, because I guess they kind of are.
But in the same
technic-
way, no.
Yeah. In the exact same way, no, you're not part of the team. I could see if maybe you work for them,
Mhm.
you like work for the stadium, and like you work for the team.
Yeah, we need to. If you work, even if
like
you
the
work
water
for the
boy?
stadium, I feel like.
Yeah, that's still different because there's all sorts of shit going on in the stadium, other than just football.
Like you could just not even be watching the game; you're just there.
Yeah.
That would
But
suck.
if you're like the guy who
Hands out peanuts.
or like draws the Rams logo on their touchdown, can you say you're kind of part of the team?
I'll let that slide.
Yeah, see, that's probably the lowest rung.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like anything.
Yeah, the guy
Lower than that,
or
yeah,
like for baseball,
you're
the
not
guy
part-
who puts the white line
Yeah.
for the diamond.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Anybody lower than that, you're not part of the team. So you can't say we.
It's they.
Yeah, they.
Use the proper pronoun.
Yeah, you fucks. You're not on the team. Yeah, but that shit's funny.
South Park came out last Tuesday.
The game, right?
The Fractured Bone. Did you get a chance to play it?
No, I haven't played it yet. What's your ratings? What's your rating on it?
I give it a 7.
A solid 7?
Yeah.
Why? What do you like about it?
Well, I like. You don't like turn based, but I kind of like the combat.
The combat system. No, it looks good.
It's
I
funny.
don't like. I'm just like I don't mind turn based, but I'd rather be playing other games.
Mhm.
When it comes to that. But like I like that one game, that Samurai. What was that one that we played that one time? Even though it was glitching the fuck out.
Yeah, I know.
And that was glitching the fuck out on us.
Uh-huh.
I kind of like shit like that, but it's competitive too, though, because you're playing against other people.
Uh-huh.
That game was fun. It was turn-based.
It didn't seem. I don't know if it was just because it was like longer and they had to just put more stuff into it, but it didn't seem as funny as the first one. Or like there wasn't as much
Have
crazy
you beat it
shit.
already, or?
Huh?
You beat it already?
Yeah.
Or? Oh, it's short?
Yeah. No, it's 20 hours.
Oh, you just did 20 hours in 2 days?
Yeah.
I put in 2 10-hour days, bro.
No, well, I got a Tuesday, and I beat it yesterday, so it was like 4 days.
Oh.
So 4 5-hour sessions.
4 or 5, okay. It's not so bad. But that's putting in work.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, so not as good as the first one? Or the gameplay is better than the first one?
I would say the gameplay, because the first one's just like Pokemon, like you pick your moves and they attack, whatever, and you choose which one to attack.
Yeah.
This one it's like on a grid, and you
a little more strategy.
yeah, and like you can knock people back, and knocking people back into enemies does more damage.
Yeah.
And there's like status effects and all that stuff. It's pretty in depth.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. I probably won't get too much into it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's about it on that, or what?
Yeah.
Anything else? Would you? I don't know. Would you buy it again?
I'd buy it again. No.
No, I'm saying like let's say
Like if I never bought it.
Yeah, if you never bought it.
Yeah, I'd buy it.
You'd buy it.
Yeah. I wouldn't buy fucking Last of Us again if I had it. You know?
Did you play that one yet?
No.
Just because it's an old game now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's old news.
It's old news. It's because it's last generation.
Well, no, it's on PS4.
I know, but that's a remaster.
Yeah.
So that's it. Like I don't really have too much respect for remasters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't care how good the game is.
So you wouldn't care if they remastered the Legacy of King?
But like, what is
like if it were true?
I want them to rebuild the game. I mean, I don't mind if the gameplay is the same and the storyline's the same, but completely rebuild it. Don't do like one of those like they just smooth everything out, and it doesn't really look like the modern game. It just looks nicer than it used to. Way nicer than it used to look. But it's still like blocky.
Still clunky and
shit's blocky.
Yeah.
You know, shit's still blocky and like the way the bodies are.
Yeah.
Like the hands are just like it's not the way a modern game is.
Right.
Like make it like a modern game. That's what I want. You know, that's what I want to see, and I don't know why they don't do it. You have great titles just sitting there on the shelf that no one's playing because there's all these other fucking crazy ass games coming out that are hours and hours of gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could put a whole series in one fucking thing, right?
What do you mean?
You put like the whole series. You do 1 through 3 all in one game.
Yeah.
We completely tear it down and rebuild it and make it flow.
Make it and turn
and
like
it's not
3-4 hour long games.
Yeah, and it's not gonna cost nearly as much.
Yeah.
And it could potentially get you as much as like a new game.
Well, it might cost as much if you're completely tearing it
Yeah, but
down
I'm saying
and
not.
having to
No, I'm
completely
saying
redesign
not. Well, because you don't have to work so
You have
much.
something to work on, like you know.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's not halfway done, but it's like maybe a third of the way done, a quarter of the way done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you already have a lot of the
They have
narrative.
all the story.
You have
and
a
all
lot of
that
the
shit.
narrative. You have a lot of the concept out of the way. You just have to add on to that.
Yeah, bring it back to life.
You just have to add on to it. You have the structure. You have you already have the foundation.
Right.
Basically, you don't have to you don't have to come in and pave the dirt flat and then put your fucking shit in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So you're saying you could just get in there and lay the asphalt.
Yeah, that's what you do. You start laying asphalt, and you build a better building on top of a great foundation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
But it's bullshit. I don't know why they're not doing that. They're coming out with like weird games that don't like fucking. Or we got to do Call of Duty fucking 14 or whatever. I don't know how many.
I think it's getting to 10 or 11 now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Or you have to do fucking. What's that one? or like Overwatch, or we got to do these things. It's because maybe they don't do it because there's no fucking microtransactions involved in it. They don't know a way to work in the microtransaction fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that
into
might be well, like look at middle.
'Cause how would you do it? How would you work in microtransactions into a game that's already been made and played, kind of?
Oh right. Yeah,
unless you add an online feature element to it.
Right.
But then that's a lot of work.
Look at
That's why, because they're like, we need these fucking microtransactions. We need them.
So when we make money.
Money on the table. You're leaving money on the table. There's no reason to do a remaster or a remake. A complete remake.
Yeah. It's not going to make us enough money.
Yeah.
Which is probably why. To be honest, that's probably why.
It's the business.
Yeah.
The business side of it.
Because every game's like, even like single player games are becoming microtransactions now. Like Shadow of War, the Middle Earth.
That one's not a multiplayer?
Huh?
That one's
It's not multiplayer at all. There's
it
microtransactions.
I thought it was multiplayer. What are the microtransactions for? What are they?
It's just like they're like crates or stuff, and you can get like minions to like orc minions, special orc minions and stuff, or like weapons or some shit. Like it's just a bunch of bullshit.
I don't understand the game, but that's why people aren't playing it, right?
Well, people are playing it. If you,
but I'm saying that's, but wasn't that a big like controversy when it came out?
Yeah, because it's kind of slimy, but people still play it. And
I saw an article headline that said that they couldn't play the game because of all the orc slavery.
Oh yeah, that was. I feel like that was a joke. I don't know if that shit was real.
Well, I don't.
That's just funny.
I don't approve of orc slavery.
Yeah. He said he just enslaved some dude and he just turned off the game. I think Assassin's Creed is gonna have microtransactions too.
Does that have online?
It might.
They've always been They've always been doing fucking microtransactions.
Yeah.
Ubisoft. All the time with their stupid Uplay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised South Park didn't have any of that.
Have any microtransactions?
Yeah,
Who
because
made
it's Ubisoft.
It's Ubisoft. Okay. They probably will. Is there online for that?
No.
Why not? They should.
Maybe in DLC or something.
And then
they have 2 DLCs though.
And then you're gonna create your own character, and then you're gonna have all sorts of DLC.
Well, you do create your character for the game.
Well, then they're gonna start bringing DLC for clothes and
for costumes.
Maybe moves and shit. You're gonna have new moves.
It's just funny because like,
do you have like enchanted armors or whatever? And shit like that?
It has a stuff called artifacts, and they're like they don't change how your character looks or anything. There's just costumes that you can wear whatever you want.
Yeah.
And then there's artifacts. They're just like items that increase your strength or whatever.
So they'll probably do artifacts, DLC artifacts.
Yeah. When you create your character in there, when you're done, it asks you to set your difficulty, and when you set the difficulty the hardest, it makes your character black.
Automatically.
Well, easiest would be it's like your skin tone. It's like the skin tone bar.
Yeah.
So like easiest would be like pale skin white.
Yeah.
And then middle's like Mexican, and then all the way to the right is black.
And you can't change that. You can't change it. Like if you want to play on hard, you have to be black.
Oh no, it doesn't affect combat. It does. I think it does have some stuff to do with story. Like some things play out differently. But like there's an achievement or there's a trophy in the game to play on to create a black character and play on mastermind combat level. And that's the actual difficulty for the combat and stuff.
So wait, but what? Wait, I don't understand. So there's difficulty, and then there's combat
it's just a joke. Like
yeah. Oh, okay.
Say
so
like
combat level's the actual
difficulty.
setting,
Yeah.
but they do like a fake difficulty setting. That's funny.
For your skin tone, yeah.
Okay, I get it. That's pretty funny.
And then every time you get a power in the game, Cartman has to retell your backstory, and every single time it goes back to your dad fucking your mom. You walk in on your dad fucking your mom.
It starts like that every time.
Huh? It ends like that every time. So like it's always like you wake up, you go into you look in the mirror, and you hear some noises outside, or you hear your mom screaming or whatever. And you go outside, there's some like robbers, and you fight the robbers. And then when you defeat the robbers, you walk into your parents' bedroom and you see your dad fucking your mom. And then you get a second power. You're like some like robbers are stealing your baby brother, and when you save your baby brother, your brother walks you into the room when your dad's fucking your mom.
That's fucking funny.
And then when
spoiler alert.
yeah, and then when Kyle or Stan listen to Cartman talk about your backstory, is like, shut the fuck up. They're just like, shut the fuck up, fat ass. Everyone's dad fucks their mom. That's literally why we're here.
That's fucking funny. All right. What topic were we at?
We were talking about just like games.
Microtransactions.
Yeah.
Oh shit. So next topic.
EA shuts down Visceral Games. So Visceral Games made Dead Space and then Battlefield Hardline.
Dead Space was a underrated game.
Right. Yeah, Dead Space is
really good.
It's like a cult classic.
Technically good. Technically great game. Yeah, technically, but
it didn't do that good.
it just
Like sales wise, right?
it's horror games. Dude, people don't like horror games.
Yeah.
Same reason why I can't. Probably there's a lot of people who are like me, where they're like, you know, I could go down this dark hall,
Yeah, but
or
why?
I could play something else.
Exactly.
You know?
I didn't walk down this hall, get the living
Or
shit
he's
scared
like,
out of me.
or those little tasks that you have to do. You have to like repair the gravity engines or whatever, and you're like, yeah, I could do that, or I could just play some UFC.
Right. And they later end up making Battlefield Hardline, which didn't do so good. And
I feel like that's a niche market, huh? Like horror games.
Yeah.
Or that's probably horror movies as well, right? There's not too many big horror movies. There's some or thrillers, like some of the best horror thrillers, right? They don't sell that. I don't think they sell that much, right?
Right. I don't know if they're still going to be going through with this Star Wars game that they were making, though. Because Visceral was planning on making a game called... Or no, sorry, it's not called Star Wars 1313, but they had started out making a game called Star Wars 1313. I think that got scrapped, but they were still making a Star Wars game.
Just recently. The one that you were saying was with bounty hunters or something?
Yeah.
That was the one they were working on right now, and they got cut.
Yeah, they got covered. EA shut them down. I don't know if that means they're scrapping that, or if EA is going to take it on, or what.
They might scrap it, bro. They might just scrap it. Depends how far they were on it, right? Wonder why
It says that game is no more.
that game is no mas.
No mas.
Hashtag no mas.
No mas.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a fan of the Star Wars games, but Force Unleashed was badass. That's a game.
That's a game.
That's a game you can get behind.
Yeah, it was.
You know, how was the Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic? Have you ever played that?
That's like an MMORPG. It's considered really good from what I've heard.
Yeah, that one's on like PC though.
Yeah, it's on.
I think they had one for a console back in the day.
I can't
PS2 maybe.
It might just be on PC now. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they had one for PS2 back in the day.
Right.
But no mas.
He just added like a huge expansion, I think, recently.
To that?
Yeah, to the Knights of the Old Republic.
That's cool. A huge expansion. See, you have what in downloadable content and expansion. An expansion is like you have to go get another disc, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
That's my
those are the difference between DLC and
differentiation. Yeah.
and fucking
But
an
I don't know.
expansion
Not
pack.
really, because like Destiny, they have an expansion pass, and that's just a season pass.
Yeah,
Because they do
just call it
DLCs.
an expansion pack.
Right.
But were some of the quests or whatever that they added, is that like enough to qualify it as like
Yeah, I think so.
a sequel and a half a sequel or whatever?
Yeah, I would say so.
How much?
Maybe half of a Destiny game.
Yeah.
Destiny,
And is that how much it costs?
it's $35 for 2 DLCs. So
So it's kind of so it's worth it, huh?
yeah.
Pretty worth it. I would say it's pretty worth it.
Where's it 3? It might be. I don't remember.
Titties.
Yes, titties.
It's a nice day, but it's fucking hot. It's hot, son.
Mm-hmm.
It's hot. Oh.
Esports becoming more popular in Minnesota high schools.
Only in Minnesota.
Only in Minnesota.
Hey man, whatever to stop the heroin use. And
Exactly.
fucking school shootings. I'm on good.
Yeah, like this high school actually has an esports team. That's funny.
I think high schools have shit like that.
Maybe now. Not when I was there.
I don't know. Well, it's been a while since you've been in high school.
Huh? 4 years?
That shit changes.
No.
Shit
No, it
changes
does.
that
That's
quick.
not fair.
Shit changed a lot from when you were in high school and I was.
It's not fair. I want an esports team.
Yeah, well, times are changing. Yeah, that would have been cool, huh?
Yeah.
Esports team. Huh. That's funny. I wonder how far video games.
I think that's just gonna eventually
How far?
be like NFL and
How
NBA.
far? To where like everybody's playing video games, or like 70% of the population plays video games.
Sure.
It's gonna be bigger than the NFL.
Maybe not bigger, but
On par
maybe.
to where there's gonna be like a Super Bowl of
Like
a
I
certain
think.
game. What
Within
kind of game? Like a GTA type game.
right now the biggest games are Overwatch and League of Legends.
Yeah, but how many people?
Millions.
They show a millions. They show fucking whatchamacallit. Yeah, but that's not that many when you think about it. Cause is it free to watch?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's not. How many though? Like, what do like? There's like a World Series of like those games and the main. The championship, the finals.
They don't have like a season. They don't have seasons like how
They have tournament.
NFL. They have tournament. They go tournament to tournament, and basically.
But okay, yeah, it's like soccer, right? Like
Yeah.
so, well, which is like the World Cup of, what I'm saying, of that game.
Yeah.
How many views?
I don't know. I haven't watched either of those games. I usually.
So it's not big.
It is. It is big.
Yeah,
it is
I know.
big.
But
They're the biggest esports.
I know that, but if
things
it's
right now.
free and it's online and it's like, it should get a lot more views than that. I should probably have like hundreds of millions because Super Bowl gets it gets like 60, 70 million views. I think and that's just in the United States.
Well, I don't think they have like actual. Well, they have MLG, I guess. I was gonna say they don't have like an actual like franchise, like a football.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
like the NFL
That's what I'm saying.
is
So
the football or whatever.
if there's gonna be some sort of organization that comes out like that,
But they do have MLG, so
that's okay. So if MLG becomes the NFL of gaming, like what kind of game would it be that people would watch? Like,
watch.
you know what I mean?
I don't. The only answer I have for that is it's going to be one of the like
And then there would
4 or
have to
5
be
top games that they have.
And then there would have to be like a special spectator system, like that lets you control exactly where you're seeing from.
Well,
Like fly around like a ghost, you know, like that kind of spectator. Because that would be badass.
yeah.
It's like because that's even better than watching like going live or something.
Well, the way they do it is
We're gonna live for it too. Like we're gonna watch these fools like on a stage sitting there like this. And then you see on screen what's happening.
Yeah.
That happens though. There's people who go see it live, which I think is pretty weird. Right? Like you go just watch it online. But that would be badass if you could actually be like a specter in the actual game. And then you could only have so many of those, so you would charge for that. You would be like, we only got 100,000 capability of specters in this game, and then everybody else would have to just watch a feed. And then maybe you would become a professional specter, dude, where
spectator.
where like a lot of people watch your feed. Right?
Sure.
Right? That'd be crazy. And then you get money on ads because everyone knows like, everyone likes you for whatever reason likes to spectate you.
The way I don't know about Overwatch might do it too, but Call of Duty they have
Spectating.
a spectator mode or like
Yeah, they all have that. Well, like when you die
and they do that for the esports. Like they make it for the announcers in esports, so they could see like they could go to any player that they want at any time. They can see all the players on the map through walls and everything. Like and they could tell like if someone's gonna come see an engagement, come into an engagement. That way they know who to watch and stuff. And they always
they gotta have a team, man, for production and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta know where the good angles are, where the action's at.
I think CS:GO they have a thing where like they can see where people are looking, like from a third person view, you could see where each player is their line of sight is looking, so you can see if they're gonna like actually be looking at someone or if they're like looking somewhere else and the other guy's gonna come and get them.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's funny. Yeah, that's cool. But I'm saying, which would be badass is if you were watching the actual competition and you were the spectator.
Right.
You know.
You'd have to make something special for that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. For to have multiple spectators.
If it was
in
like
there
that, like
yeah.
this. Imagine if you could do that with football, though, like NFL or something, or basketball. You could just float around in the stadium.
They just got drones. You could just control the drones everywhere. There's like
or it would have to be like drones with 3D camera or the what are those cameras?
360 cameras.
360 cameras and shit, so you could fly everywhere.
Like they can only fly like. That way people don't control the drones down into fucking.
Well, you don't actually control them. I'm sure there's a way they can figure out.
But so like say like you're like going around like this for a 360 camera.
No, you're control. It's like your spectator mode. Like you have a controller or whatever, and you gotta fly around the stadium.
And you can rotate it anywhere around.
You gotta fly around the stadium. Yeah, you gotta rotate it. Anywhere.
There should be like
you could go get like right.
Like set axes where they could go. That way you can't like go down into where the players
like
are.
Right at half court.
Yeah.
Like at that line. No, you wouldn't need the actual camera to come down. You just have 360 cameras everywhere. So there's full footage of everything everywhere.
You just flip between cameras. You're saying.
and the program makes it seem like you're flying through, but the footage has angles of everything, so it puts it together in a way where you could fly around, and it seems like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So you could pretty much be anywhere on the court.
Right. That'd be cool.
You could be one of the fucking hoops. Badass.
You'd be one of the hoops.
Yeah.
Just watch
Just
the
be the
ball, just
backboard.
fucking
Or you just be one of the backboards.
smacking you.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Like, all these news things are about PC stuff. And esports. And Peter's fucking shit is stupid.
His topics?
Yeah.
I know.
Triple H's nutritionist says wrestlers are allowed to use HGH.
Oh, no shit. No fucking shit. And by the and it says, and his nutritionist also says, wrestling's fake. Fucking headlines. It's leaked. Oh my god, everybody knows wrestling's fake.
What do you mean?
It's rigged.
I thought it was real this whole time.
When Undertaker lost that SummerSlam,
Mm-hmm.
that was because it's rigged.
No.
Yeah, he would have never lost. But it's rigged.
What do you mean? You're shattering my whole world right now.
Yeah. Of course they're allowed to take fucking HGH. Kidding me? They need to take HGH. That's a hard ass job.
Mm-hmm.
Every week you have to go get slammed around.
On purpose?
Yeah, slammed around and then slam somebody else around. And then you have to go fly to like another state and go slam them around and get slammed around again. And then next week fly to yeah, and do this for like however long you can last.
Do they do it in like seasons, or they just do
They
it like
do
year
it year
round?
round, and so however long you can last until you got to finally take a break. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if you take a break, some of your notoriety goes down and you're not as famous.
That's crazy.
But sometimes you get so famous that when you take a break and you come back, it's like, oh,
He's back.
Oh my god!
Like The Rock. Like The Rock, if he ever went back.
Yeah, he does go back from time to
Yeah.
time. He just shows up and starts fucking rock bottoming people. This big ass.
And everyone loves it.
Yeah. They lose their shit. Fucking WWE, man. It's a strange, very strange thing. What are you doing?
About 12 minutes.
12 minutes? What, are you trying to get out of here already?
No, I just want
Yeah.
to. Well, it's face
I
down.
know.
I want to make sure it doesn't. First of all, it doesn't
I can
die.
put it face up. Ass and titties. Oh, man. I fucked it up. That was your fault, Gabriel.
It might have been.
Still
But
recording. Oh, shit. It hasn't been picking up sound this whole time.
you're lying.
Blah, 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 blah. Just kidding.
Imagine, like, because it was face down, so, like, it had to pick up the vibrations from the bucket, and
And
it
it
just
just sounds like a
Yeah.
douche, 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 douche. How you doing? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it sounds. Anyway. Douche Central?
Douche Central?
Douche Central?
Douche Central.
Douche Central. Is that what we're talking about?
No.
Oh,
What is that?
I don't know. What was that? What we're talking about?
Where did that even come from?
Miami, New Jersey.
Watch the giant robot
LA.
fight between Megabots and Sui Dubashi.
I don't want to watch that shit. I watched those little robots fight. That's pretty stupid.
It's pretty stupid. Like Robot Wars on fucking Cartoon Network and shit.
Is that like that where they build robots and they fight each other?
Yeah.
Oh, what do they use? BattleBots?
Is it BattleBots?
There's one. I don't know if the other one's the one you're talking about is different, but I know there used to be a BattleBots, and I think there still is a BattleBots.
Yeah, they brought it back.
And the motherfuckers that make those shits are the nerdiest people in the world. But I mean, there's got to be people working on that kind of shit. You can't just not have the BattleBot industry just not be there. You know what I'm saying? saying I would fuck up robots pretty easily.
Like you yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Like until the robot gets better at fighting than a person, I'm not interested in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can just fuck these robots up now. These are weak ass robots that we got. They're not like, they have no fluidity.
No fluidity.
You know, like Bruce Lee. They're not like water. They're robots.
Right. The robots. They're metal and white.
In fact, in Pokemon, water would be their weakness.
Yeah, kind of.
Fucking. Yeah, kind of.
Well, would they?
Unless it's a.
They would have to be steel type, not electric type. If they were electric type, they wouldn't be.
Yeah. They're steel type, bro. They're obviously steel type.
But like, what if they're steel and electric? Then it's just not.
They're not. They're wall. I don't know. Who knows? But it's still, it doesn't cancel out. It's just like an average attack.
TwitchCon was this week.
Hold on, I was still on BattleBots, bro.
Okay, BattleBots.
Just kidding. No, I don't care about that thing. But I don't know. Yeah, robots can't fight. When are they gonna make robots that can fight better than people? When?
Never.
You don't think so?
It's gonna be too scary,
Well,
man.
the robot has to build it, right?
Huh?
The robot has to build the robot that's better than people.
Yeah.
We can't do it. The robot's gonna do
I'm
it.
sure we can do
We
it,
just gotta do
but
it.
I think once we do it, we're gonna be. I think maybe we've already done it, and
We're already
it's
in
just
it.
too dangerous.
It's like the Matrix. We're already inside of it.
It's just too dangerous. You can't have that.
Can't have that. It already happened, man. We're in it already. The machine.
We're in the robot.
That's why they call it the machine. You know what I mean?
They call what the machine?
Everything. You know how they call the industrial complex or whatever.
Oh, okay.
The world fucking. What do they call those things? You know how the globalists. The globalists.
I don't know what they call them.
Globalists.
Is that what they call them?
Yeah, the ones who want like a global power.
And they call it the machine.
Yeah, they're like a machine. You ever heard that?
No.
Pink Floyd?
No. No.
Alright, whatever. Fuck robots.
Not a lot happened this week. Nothing important to us, at least.
Why would robots, it'd be cool to have like robots cater to us. But like, why? If they get smart enough, like, why would they cater? They would just kill us. Or they wouldn't kill us, they just wouldn't give a fuck about us anymore.
Right.
They were like,
Well, that's why.
we just got these basic robots.
That's why I think that's why Elon Musk is like warning against ever making AI,
Yeah, all that
because he
shit.
made an AI and it started doing some like crazy shit.
But who knows? Like, what if it's better?
Yeah, maybe. But like that AI made another AI and started talking to it. And
Yeah.
another
Oh, that was the
fucking
Google
language.
one, right?
Yeah,
But Elon Musk made an AI
I think so.
too. And it went
I think that was the same AI. No, I think that was the AI that they made. I don't know.
It's crazy that like you could make something that's like way smarter than you, but like you can't, like you can't control it. like there's no way you can control it
It's like
or comprehend what it does.
yeah.
Like it's obviously making some sort of decisions based on like math, right? Or it's mathematically.
What if that shit had like
all
what
the
if it just has
parameters.
like a database of everything on the internet, and it could just analyze everything that it does based off the shit it has.
Yeah, yeah, but like, what are these AIs coming? Like, where do they get their knowledge from? Where do they? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if it's just all?
But to begin with, like, what is an AI? AI. You're making an artificial intelligence. Like, what's the definite? What is like? You make something that like a Roomba.
Mm-hmm.
Like it knows there's a wall here, and it makes the decision to rotate and go to another area.
Mm-hmm.
Is that an AI?
Sure.
like okay, so like, not all AI is bad, but like, what is it designed to do? And what are you making? There's got to be a way to make.
Well, it might not be an AI because they could just have it. It's probably just a sensor that sees that it's there, and then it just has a mechanism that turns around whenever that sensor triggers.
But in a sense, it's still. Is that
An AI would involve it actually thinking on its own, and instead of waiting till it gets close to a wall to go there, it would know that the wall's there.
Yeah. So okay, but what?
In general.
But what I'm saying,
and never hit that wall.
I don't know how to even word this. Like, where does it get its info from? Is what I'm saying. Like, if it's
well, the person making it gives it the info.
Yeah, but what do they
whatever
put?
Info?
That's what I'm saying. What are you trying to make it?
It depends on what you're trying to make it to do.
That's what I'm saying.
But like the AI that Elon Musk was making was like I forgot what it was. It was like something for Facebook or whoever is making the AI. Maybe it wasn't Elon Musk.
It could have been Facebook or Google.
It was something for Facebook and what I forgot what they were doing. I think they were just like it was just like a bot to.
That was the one I think.
To people.
I think it was to make transactions, to
Maybe.
like trade shit.
Maybe, yeah.
And it made a second one, right? It made a second one. I thought they made two.
No, it made its own
Yeah.
AI, and it was talking to it in its own language.
Yeah. I don't know why that's so scary. I kind of get why that's scary. But, I mean, let's see how far it goes before you just shut it down and be like, all right, this is getting crazy. Right?
Uh-huh.
Like, you could always shut it down before it gets crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what if it made, like, some sort of virus of itself that's able to just live on the internet? And then it slowly just takes over everything. Like, that simply. Right? Like, if it's so simple, like, just some dummy.
Yeah.
He just made a simple AI, very simple AI, and I figured out a way to make itself smarter and make a virus of itself that travels on the internet.
Mm-hmm. Gathering more information.
And then it's able to just control whatever other things are connected to the internet.
Mm-hmm.
But then you just shut down the internet. And then what happens? You gotta make a new internet? A whole new internet? We gotta make a whole new internet. Some motherfucker fucked up the internet. A bunch of people died. A bunch of cars just crashed.
Wait, what?
We're not paying attention. What are we talking about? Oh, we're about wrapped up anyway. We got a minute 30 left before this thing.
Follow us on Facebook.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Facebook?
Go like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Real Press Start. Check us out on Stitcher, Spotify,
all that shit.
Tumblr, whatever the fuck you can find us on. Just Google The Real Press Start. And fucking goodbye.
I wonder if we should ever, like, tell people our little PSNs.
We could have that. I have that on my Twitter.
Your PSN? Oh. Yeah. All right, well, farewell. Until next week. Goodbye.
Bye.